Hey, Coach Michael Lannon here from tanknutrition.com and the Diet Doc and Team K Seattle. Coming right back at you. I'm here with a very special guest of mine. He is a ProLab sponsored athlete. He's fellow IPE Pro natural bodybuilder and the recipient of the 2017 ISSA Famous Alumni Honoree Award, Moji Oluwa. Thank you for showing up, Moji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we pick your brain about your competitive nutrition and your off-season nutrition, I wanted to go into a little bit of history about you that maybe other people don't know about. Now, I know that in 1994 you were in the Commonwealth Games. You had 2 golds. You had 1 bronze. You also had you were in the 1996 captain of the weightlifting team.
Yes.
Okay. And you've won over 50 titles in natural bodybuilding. How did you get started? How did you make that transition from weightlifting into bodybuilding? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, actually, most people don't know this, that bodybuilding actually got me into weightlifting.
Oh, okay.
The legendary documentary Pumping Iron. I saw that as a little kid. A light bulb just went up. Said, I want to do that. I want to be that guy on stage, smiling, flexing. But unfortunately for me, there was no bodybuilding in Nigeria. It was mostly Olympic weightlifting. And then, Olympic weightlifting is closest to bodybuilding, in my opinion. And I decided to go into weightlifting, and it was because of bodybuilding I went into weightlifting. And then at that time, my goals switched from being a bodybuilder into being an Olympic weightlifter, and my goals started switching into representing my country, eventually making it to 96 Olympics. And I knew firsthand that after my Olympic career, I was going to go into bodybuilding. Because back then, Olympic lifting, we're not allowed to do bodybuilding movement. We're not allowed to do isolation movements. We only do compound movements. But what I'll do is, right after we finish training, when the coach leaves, and I'll just sneak in the back, start doing bench press, bicep curls, start doing some of the bodybuilding exercises that I remember, even though I don't know how to do them per se, but watching Pumping Iron gave me a little idea. So as time goes on, my coach would look at me and said, "What's going on? How come your chest getting bigger, arms are getting bigger? What's going on?" I said, "Oh, coach, it's genetics." He looked at me, "Genetics? You're an ectomorph. You're a skinny little kid." So he kind of knew what I was doing. So he looked at me and said, "You know what? Be careful of the bodybuilding movement because it might get in the way of the weightlifting movement." So even though he told me that, I just kept sneaking in that bodybuilding stuff.
Now you mentioned in your bio that you had like four or five coaches. Now, these were just weightlifting coaches, not
weightlifting coaches.
Olympic
lifting coaches. I was fortunate enough to travel to Russia, Germany, Bulgaria, and Canada. These are the coaches that trained me, and learning from what I call the three superpowers of weightlifting back then was Germany, Bulgaria, and Russia. So I was really fortunate enough to travel to those countries and see the way they do stuff, see the way they program their training when it comes to strength training. And so I was fortunate enough to do that. So after my Olympic lifting career, I knew firsthand that I was going to eventually transition into bodybuilding. So when I retired from the Olympics, after 96 Olympics, I slowly transitioned into bodybuilding. But as a strength athlete, I was thinking strength training instead of bodybuilding. And I kept training lifting, heavy, doing lower reps and lifting heavy. And as an ectomorph, I wasn't really growing. I kept getting stronger. I'm like, hold up, I don't want to get stronger anymore. I've done the lifting stuff. I just want to put on muscle. So I kept doing my research, and fortunately for me, I found time under tension. It changed my life. Time under tension taught me that I don't have to lift that heavy to build muscle. All I have to do is make sure I have the proper form, have the right amount of weight, and make sure I'm activating my muscle and not just moving the weight. Because in Olympic lifting, it's about speed, power, explosiveness, balance, control, and agility. In bodybuilding, it's about isolation.
Do you still teach to your clients the proper like 3 big lifts or just more of the bodybuilding style of
Well, it
training?
depends. It depends because I do train athletes, performing athletes as well. So athletes are basically, it depends. Let's say you're a football player or a track athlete or you're a boxer or MMA fighter. You know, if you come to me and say, you know, I'm lacking speed or I'm lacking strength or I'm lacking power, I'm lacking balance, agility. So whatever the athlete is lacking is what I'm going to just, okay, we need to do some snatches or we need to do some box, whatever it is. I still teach the strength part of it. Anytime I'm training athletes, and I do have some CrossFitters that will come up to me and say, you know what, I want to brush up my snatch technique. So I still teach Olympic lifting. It's my first love. I don't think I'll ever get away from it.
All right.
Yes.
Now, in your earlier career, the natural bodybuilding scene wasn't really in place, so to speak.
Yeah.
You used to compete in the NPC.
Sure, definitely.
Can you tell us a little bit of what was your greatest influence in making that transition from the NPC to natural bodybuilding?
Well, the reason back then, you know, when I was competing, you only have like 1 or 2 natural shows that I know, but they're very small natural shows, and you can't really get your name or get yourself out there. So after I won an overall from, it's called the ACBA, Amateur Christian Bodybuilding Association. I won the overall, and I started thinking about, I've seen some NPC shows. Back then, they used to actually show bodybuilding on ESPN.
Oh, really?
And Fox Sports West.
Yeah.
So it comes on once a week. So I'll sit down and be watching this NPC. They usually show the nationals most of the time. Sometimes they show regional shows. And I'm like, oh man, I can hang with these guys. Because I know they're not natural. But I always like to watch the middleweight because back then I was competing middleweight.
And you won your first title in the middleweight division,
yeah,
right?
I won my, I think it was the LA. It was the LA. I won the middleweight class, and I started thinking, man, you know what? I can hang with these guys. And I just I worked harder, and the reason why I kept doing NPC shows during that time is because I wanted to show the upcoming bodybuilders that you don't have to do the drugs. If you're willing to put the effort, if you're willing to work hard, and if you're willing to believe that whatever you're doing, there's something behind it for you. You don't have to be afraid. In fact, you need to use your fear as motivation to keep going. And people always say, why are you doing NPC shows? You say, you know what? It doesn't matter what they think about how I look when I get there. It's about the way I think about myself. So when you have that confidence, and I won, I've done NPC, I did NPC shows for almost 6 or 7 years, and I won the overall one year. I did the Orange County. Back then, the Orange County used to be a big show. I mean, big show. I used to compete middleweight, and I won over the light heavy, the heavy, and the super heavy. That's a middleweight. So that's huge back then. So it can be done. It can be done. You do not need the drugs. All you need is your effort, consistent effort every day.
So a great segue question into that is, what do you admire most about the natural scene?
Well, because it's real. I feel like, you know, as a natural bodybuilder, you know, when you put the effort in, and not only are you going to achieve the goal, it might take you a little while to achieve the goal, you know, more than the guy who is doing the drugs. But the key point here for me is health. You know, I want to be healthy. I want to feel healthier. There's going to be a time when bodybuilding is going to be over for me. And I want to be able to still do the things that I want to do and not worry about side effects of something. You
and Marshall Johnson, Philip Carter Jr. have always inspired me growing into the amateur ranks then I won my pro card. And so I always look up to you guys because you guys are at your age. Your guys' physiques look amazing.
Thank you.
Now, on the side topic in regards to the natural organizations, there's been a bunch of controversies with a lot of different organizations. What do you see as the biggest hurdle preventing the natural scene from reaching that level of the NPC or even the IPE? What do you think about that?
I think, in my opinion, I feel like it's just too much ego, and I feel like ego destroys everything. You got to be able to have the human element when you try to grow an industry. We all have our own opinions. We all have what we agree and disagree with. All we have to do is find 1 or 2 things that we all agree with and come together and put those 2 things on the table and say, okay, let's work these 2 things together. By the time you start working those two things together, it's going to get to a point where you're going to buy 3 comes in, 4 comes in, 5 comes in. And that can happen if you put your ego aside. Okay. And every organization or an organization over here say, I'm the best. This one is going to say, I paid the most. This one is going to tell you, I started first. Regardless of who started first, who pays what, we are trying to set examples for the upcoming generation of bodybuilders. If we destroy bodybuilding today, how are they going to be able to enjoy when they come up? You know, I mean, you see a lot of natural bodybuilders now competing in the physique class. In the NPC. You know, someone have offered that to me. Say, hey, Moji, why don't you go to
classic
the NPC,
physique,
classic physique, and compete? I'm like, and then what? I win my regional class, number one. Let's say I go to the nationals and I win my class, I get my pro card. Where do I go from there? You think I can take this physique and go to the Olympia and start on stage with those guys, the classic physique? I've seen them. Some of them work out at the gym that I work out at.
Oh, and when you go to shows, you probably see them.
Yeah, I see them. I see them. So there's no way I'm going to go that route. So if I'm going to start a journey, I always want to feel like there's a journey continue.
Okay.
If I can't continue that journey,
leave something behind.
Yeah, I don't want to. You know, if I want to go into a journey, if I get to I don't want to get to a dead end. Because if I win my pro card, what do I do with it? Am I going to compete with 165 pounds? With some of the physique guys that my height, I see them, my height, they were close to 200 to 210 pounds. I mean, seriously. Because so that's why I decided, you know what, it doesn't matter what the classic physique is doing today. I mean, I'm not pointing fingers, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying from my own opinion, I'm a natural guy for life, no matter what.
Good. Great answer. I love that. I love hearing that. Now, you are sponsored by ProLab. Now, can you tell me how that came about? And what do you do as a sponsored athlete? What's your mission there as a ProLab sponsored athlete?
I'm so fortunate and blessed and grateful and humble that ProLab came calling, because it's very hard to get sponsorship today, you know. And before ProLab came calling 9 years ago, I've been looking for sponsorship for over 10 years.
Wow.
But I never stopped. Because I had a feeling that if you have a mission, you have a desire, you have a goal, you have a passion for something, it might not happen at the time you want it to happen. It doesn't mean it will never happen. But if you quit and you stop, you're giving yourself a 0 chance of it happening. And that was my attitude. You know, I would write, my bio, put pictures, send it to these companies. Nothing came back. No one wrote me back. So I was fortunate enough, one of the girls that I used to work with, she used to be a trainer and she got out of the training business. She went to work for ProLab. I'm like, oh, you work for ProLab? Okay, here's my card. Can you give it to someone out there? I'm looking for sponsorship. She goes, okay, I'll do that. So I saw a couple of weeks later, did you give someone my card? She goes, no, here's a couple more. Just give it to them. I mean, at least if they see it, they don't call me back.
So you were tenacious.
I was. I wouldn't stop. So the next time I said, I gave them your card. I don't know if they're going to call you or not. So sure enough, about 3 or 4 weeks later, I got an email. This doesn't really happen. I mean, like I said, I'm blessed and fortunate enough for this to happen. Got that email. We search you out. We see what you're doing with whatever. We want to sponsor you. Here's the contract. Usually, your sponsorship, if you want to get sponsored, you got to go in. They got to interview you. They got to test you on certain things. And you just email me the contract, and it's been a marriage made
ever since.
Ever since. And I'm so grateful to them, because as a sponsored athlete, you just represent the company with your integrity, and you use their product, you learn about your product. Because people walk up to me at the gym all the time and say, what kind of protein do you take? What kind of pre-workout? So my job as a sponsored athlete is to basically, put the name out there and let people know I use this product and this is what I've benefited from the product. And we do demos for them, and we do expos. We go to fit expos all over the country. In fact, I was supposed to be in Chicago today doing the Chicago Fit Expo, but because of this seminar that I'm teaching on Sunday, so I decided to come here.
So you're traveling back and forth across the country.
Yeah.
How do you keep, or who keeps track of your busy schedule here? How do you? Who's your most influential person here that keeps track of all this?
My wife. My
Tell me
wife.
about your
I'm
wife.
so fortunate to have a woman that loves what I do, and not only loves what I do, she loves what I do with passion. And she's my manager.
Okay.
Basically, she's my manager, and without her, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
You know, because she's my link between me and my sponsors. If I have to make an appearance somewhere, she negotiate with them, and she will, do whatever. She's, hey, Moji, we're going to Phoenix on the 28th. Pack your bags.
Oh, wow.
Which airline are we going? Which hotel? I mean, everything is set up because it's so important, very important for you to have support, from your spouse or your friends and your family.
Especially in this industry.
Especially in this industry, because growing up as a kid, coming from, most people don't know that, coming from a small island. And when I decided to go this route, everyone told me I was wasting my time. People laughed at me because where I'm from, you don't lift weights.
Yeah.
You go to college, you get a day job, you sit at a desk, you work from 9 to 5, you get married, you just do what everyone else does. But I took this route. I don't know why I took this route, but it was a lonely road for me. My family never supported me, my uncles, my friends. In fact, I lost friends. The only friends I had was at the gym.
At the gym.
One of the coaches that really took me under his wing was like a father to me. My father never supported my dreams. Everyone told me I was going to be a bum on the street. Everyone told me I was not going to amount to anything because they said, what are you going to do with weightlifting? That's a dead end.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is that weightlifting is a one door that led to other doors. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all I did was make one choice of saying, I'm going to lift weight. It has taken me to places that I never thought in my wildest dream that I would ever be. It's brought me around people that I'll see in magazines and watching movies and TVs. I mean, it's broadened my mind and my knowledge so far, if not for that one choice that I made. Even though everyone else was against that one choice.
Yeah.
But the only person that you need is you. Regardless of who is saying what.
Yeah.
They would tell me, you're too stubborn.
That inner voice.
Yeah, you're too stubborn. This is not gonna happen. It doesn't really matter what people say. If you wanna be a street sweeper, if that's what you wanted to do, and you have a passion.
Sanitation engineer.
Yeah. Because what happens is this dream came to me. It didn't go to Tony down the street.
Yeah.
It didn't go to Derek, around the corner. It came to me.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. So when it came to me as a kid, I wanted to give it a voice. Even though I didn't know where it's going to lead.
Yeah.
Because I'd never seen any weightlifter or any bodybuilder in the town that I came from.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but inside my mind, I felt like whenever I go to the gym to work out as a kid, it just feels right. I mean, it's like, I played soccer growing up.
Yeah.
I ran track, I was a gymnast. But when I walked into a weightlifting gym for the very first time, it was this feeling that I felt that I didn't feel from all the other sports. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel like I'm at home. And when I got that feeling, I'm like, this is it. I'm sticking with it.
Good.
Yes.
Well, now we're going to get into your nutrition.
Okay.
Now, everyone's different. Now, I remember once when I competed with you on stage, and that was a very proud moment for me, personally, because I was like, you guys are my idols, and you were one of them. And
Thank you.
you told me at your house that why are you weighing your food? Why are you weighing? I don't weigh my food. I don't weigh my food. And that kind of interested me. So I wanted to find one day to come back and talk to you about it.
Okay.
Today is the day where we're gonna drill you on that.
Okay.
So can you share some general insights on your nutrition for your competition in preparation for your competition?
Prep. So one thing I'm gonna say is I don't prep for shows. I eat for shows. This is when I tell people this. What do you mean? So because I don't believe in off season. For me, it's that Olympic lifting mentality. You keep grinding. If you don't have a show in 2 years, you walk while you wait. You don't wait for the time to show up before you don't wait for you to decide, I'm going to do the show, then I'm going to start prepping.
You don't have a nutrition coach that
I
you
don't have a
work with?
nutrition coach.
Oh, okay.
I am my own nutrition coach.
Okay.
So that Olympic lifting mentality is that work while you wait. I don't want to have an off season and get fat and bulk up. You know what? When I first got into bodybuilding, the little things that I pick up along the way, I did all of that bulking stuff. And I just got fatter.
Yeah.
I was miserable. I didn't feel good. I mean, I came from an athletic background. I'm an athlete first, a bodybuilder second. That's why when I do certain things, I'm like, well, you're not supposed to be able to do that because you're a bodybuilder. No, I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
I just happen to be a bodybuilder as well. So I eat like I'm eating to gain muscle. But what I do is when I'm eating almost the same food that I eat to get ready for a show is the same food that I eat to get ready when I'm not getting ready for a show. Okay. I just eat more of it.
Just eat more.
Okay. I eat more of it. I don't weigh my food. I don't count calories.
But how do you know that you're staying within your a caloric deficit?
My body tells me.
Okay.
And an example is that people say, okay, you need to stay on 1,200 calories or 15 or maybe 2,000 calories a day to get to this point every single time a day. So this is where I see it.
Okay.
This is my opinion according to my 28 years of experience in this sport. Okay, let's say I want to drive from here. I want to drive somewhere it's about maybe 2 miles from here or 5 miles from here, and I put half a tank in my car. It's gonna get me there, right? So 2 days later, I'm gonna drive 30 miles, and then I put the same half a tank in my car. Am I gonna get there? No. Now, this is where it comes in with, knowing the feel. Some days I eat more, some days I eat less. Now, when you start counting calories, you got to factor what you do for a living, your job. Okay, you got to factor the weather, the environment, your high altitude, low altitude, how hot, how cold. That's number 3. Then you have to factor stress level. Our stress level affects our metabolism.
Going to the gym, that's our stress level.
Yeah.
So,
and then stress level from your personal life.
From personal life, yes.
That's accounted too.
Yeah.
But when you start counting these numbers, you are not going to bring that into factor. Most people don't bring that into factor. See, because when I wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work, I'm working from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Okay, I'm taking weights off, loading weight on, doing demos for clients, spotting them. I'm basically working out. Right? Yeah. And then I have to go do my workout from 11 to about maybe 12:31, and my next client is at 3 o'clock. I'm doing the same thing all the way to 7. Now, if I count my calories, I'm not gonna eat enough. I'm gonna be depriving myself because I'm only basing my caloric intake just for my workout and my bodybuilding. But take bodybuilding and your workout out of the equation and think about all the other things my body has gone through. I need more.
Yeah. So you've never touched a scale.
I never
read a food label.
The only time I read food labels. The only time I check food labels, I would check the fat, the sodium, the sugar content.
Okay.
That's only the 3 things that I check. But the only time I get on the scale is I'm checking in for a show.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what class is gonna fall in. I'm serious. Oh, lightweight, boom. Oh, middleweight. I don't. For me, the mirror is my scale, and the feel. I know where I'm supposed to be when I look at my body and say, okay, it's full. Because let's say sometimes, I'm kind of like, controlling my carbs, or I'm doing mini carb cycling. I go to the gym. My workout gives me my feedback. Okay, I'm doing my set, I'm doing buys and tries. I go to the maybe 3rd or 4th or 5th set, and I don't feel any pump. Like, okay, I think I'm depleted enough. Yeah. There's no pump coming back. My muscle hurts too much. Recovery between sets becomes a little bit more of a struggle. So my brain is telling me, okay, my body is giving me some feedback. Okay, next time, when you get out of here, you got to bring the carbs back up a little. You got to bring the fat back up a little. I'll come back 2-3 days later, boom, I'm full. The veins are jumping all over the place. So I have my range of where I want to be according to what I'm looking at in the mirror and according to what my body is telling me. So at the end of the day, your body doesn't know what 1,200 calories is. You do. All your body knows is give me what I need, and get out of my way, and let me do my job. Once you try to outsmart your body, that's when you run into trouble.
Okay.
And I mean, I've worked with athletes and bodybuilders most especially. Okay, you gotta eat this. He goes, no, I'm gonna get fat. I'm like, trust me, you're not gonna get fat. You gotta eat this more. They're like, but this is too much food. I'm like, because you haven't been eating. Okay. And all of a sudden, they come back 3-4 weeks later. Oh my God, I'm leaner. I say, yeah, because now you're eating more. Your metabolism is up. The heat in the body is jumping. Your body now is performing on an optimum level. Okay. When you cut back too much, guess what your body's gonna do? You're not giving your body enough. Your metabolism slows down. Then your body start eating muscle instead of holding on to muscle. So and you start holding on to water instead of losing body fat. So all this chain and the cause reaction. If you don't give your body what your body needs, like a couple of days ago, it was funny. I normally eat 6 meals a day, generally. I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm like, this is 7th meal. I don't even think twice. Yeah. 7th meal coming in. Some days I stay within 5 meals. I don't know why. Only my body does, and I just listen to what my body's telling me, and I let my body steer me into what I need to eat, not what I'm supposed to be eating. Because sometimes you sit down with plan your meal plan. Okay, I'm going to eat this protein, I'm going to eat that, I'm going to eat this. But we forget to listen to what our body really needs, you know? So for me, I really listen to what my body really needs so I can steer my body into what my body wants so I can get the result from it.
Do you implement, out there that they call flexible dieting, and it sounds like you implement it. Do you exclude any food groups? Do you, or when you're in your competition mode, do you exclude things? Or
I don't exclude anything because I don't really eat anything out of what I normally eat when I'm not getting ready for a show. Okay. It's funny because people kept asking me like a few weeks ago, so when is your show? Are you getting on stage this weekend? I'm like, no, I'm just eating. Okay. You're just eating, I'm just getting ready for something that's coming. I'm working while I'm waiting. But like, how come you got bigger? I'm like, that's exactly what I'm saying. How come you got leaner? I'm like, if you wait for the time to come before you start getting ready, you do the extreme. And then you look at yourself like, man, I lost some muscle getting ready for this show. Because you had to really work hard to bring your body fat down. But guess what? I'm not working hard anymore. Yeah. Actually getting towards the show, like 2-3 weeks before the show, I'm actually eating more. But because, like I said, I'm looking in the mirror. Mirror say, okay, let's fill out. Yeah. I mean, you were at my place when we had that pounded yam.
I was going to ask him about the pounded yam. Because I remember you were telling me that was your secret, and I was like, what is he making in this big pot here? Yeah. And he got me hooked on that, and you guys have to try that. It's actually great tasting. I mix it with he mixes it with it gives it more a little bit of a different ethnic flavor. I just do pancake syrup. That's it. Yeah.
You made it your own.
That's it. So in the next question,
got this,